buddy? Brian.
Benny.
Doing some, we did a thing today. Today we're gonna look at whether it's worth it to swap out the suspension on your DRZ400 Supermoto. Phew! Two similar DRZs and just one that has modded suspension and one that has completely stock suspension. It's very slight differences in the bike. That bike has stock suspension. It doesn't have rubber killers. That does make a significant difference as far as front end feel. This one is same thing, stock suspension, but we had the suspension done by Motorrev. Thank you, Motorrev. They are not a sponsor, but they also hooked us up and did it at cost, so not a sponsor. So thank you. Yeah, what do you think? You got to try them both? What are your thoughts?
I think the stock DRZ suspension is great as it is. It works fine. It's great for students. It's a little soft and kind of wallowy and pogo-y once you start going faster, but for a long time it's really super fine.
Yeah, it's almost like you can ride it 85%, no problem at all.
Yeah.
And as soon as you start pushing it. So you went right from that bike to the bike with the modded suspension. And what was your impression of that?
Immediately this bike felt stiffer, especially the front end felt stiffer and more planted. And then on like change of directions, like we were running the bus stop today, and it just felt so planted through that. Whereas this thing kind of wallowed around a little bit more than this thing.
Yeah, totally. I would say it feels stiffer, but it's like that really rad suspension thing where it feels both soft and stiffer at the same time. It feels like more progressive, and then it just gets a lot stiffer as you need it. But yeah, that was it. We had the exact same thought. I was like, this thing feels a lot more potent.
Yeah,
that was it. So I felt like this one, it's not that you're like, oh, I got this modded suspension, I'm going to be able to go so much faster. Because that's always a question with DRZs. Here's the $1 million question: is it worth putting money into it? And if it's like, hey, I want to make this DRZ go super fast, then you probably have the wrong bike. But if you're like, I want to make this DRZ a little bit faster and safer and more comfortable to ride, that's where it was for me. That it just felt a bit, well, not a bit more planted, a lot more planted and a lot lower maintenance to ride. It just seemed like it's a lot less work to ride this thing versus that, which was great.
Yeah.
Any other thoughts? You had the same guy that did your suspension too.
Yeah, Bobby from Motorrev did my suspension on my 150R. I really like it. He did the TTR that we raced in the 24-hour race last year. He does good work. I think that this bike rides really great. If you want to throw a bunch of money at a DRZ.
There's not even that much money.
I guess not that much.
Yeah, I mean, I think this was mostly.
Money for suspension.
Yeah, so agreed. I think just because it's making it a lot more enjoyable to ride. It's not like I'm gonna go back. Let me put it that way.
Yeah.
Like, I've resisted modding my suspension. It was kind of against the ethos, which was it's all about learning how to ride better. The bike is good enough. And for the most part, I still think it's all about the bike is good enough and just ride better. But as I'm getting older and a little bit more spoiled, and I got offered some suspension, yeah, it's nice. It's really nice, and it's not like I'm gonna go back. So if you're
Like
old,
Brian, you're only going to ride DRZs for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Like Brian,
yeah, you're really old.
you might as well get the suspension done.
If you're old and medium fast,
Yeah.
you should probably get your suspension done, in summary. Anything
Yeah.
else?
That's it.
That's it. All right, hope you can come out, join us, ride. We have a lot of awesome DRZs. The track is beautiful.
Brian.
Weather's beautiful. Wish you were here. And